Joining us now, Ohio Governor John Kasich, Republican governor. Thanks so much for taking the time. First,
welcome.
Let me ask you this directly. You heard Sarah Sanders earlier today saying, the first thing the media did is blame the president for this. It's not the first thing we do. We reported the facts. But the fact is, we didn't blame the president. There have been questions as to whether the president's rhetoric and demonizing of the media and regular attacks on the media adds to the threat, might encourage some to take that message to then attack the media as well as others. That's the question I'd just like to ask you. In your view, does the president demonizing not just the media, but also former government officials, former presidents, Maxine Waters, does that add to threats like this?
You know, he has the largest megaphone, Jim. And, look, other people, Democrats have said things, Hillary said, when they go low, we'll go low and all that. We understand that. But he has the largest megaphone. I didn't endorse Donald Trump and, in fact, didn't vote for him for president, as you know. And I was always concerned that, but was hopeful that perhaps he could get to the point where he could unite the country. I've now become convinced, absent a Damascus Road experience, I've become convinced that he's not capable of this. He is not capable of being a unifier. In fact, I've become convinced that he doesn't know how to accept personal responsibility and always finds somebody else to blame. Now, I don't want this to be construed as a personal attack. It's an observation that I make. And so, do I think it matters if the President of the United States, and originally last night I praised him for being conciliatory early on when he did a television interview last night, only to find out, after that there was an attack on the media, calling the media the enemy of the people. Now, here's the thing. I think both of us, all three of us here, know that when you get into a place and the crowd gets revved up, there's always somebody on the edge that might do something very stupid. And we now have a heightened sense of threats and panic, and the caravan's coming, and they're going to be in your home, and all this stuff. And you rev people up, and what happens? Somebody out there who's unstable does something crazy. And that's what I think we're seeing here. So I think we all have to calm down. Everybody has to. But this back and forth this morning about who blamed who and what, this is America. Right. And you know what? This is not where Americans live. This is not where the silent majority of Americans live.
You're right. One of the most beautiful things that happened to me yesterday was when I got home after all of that reporting, I got a text from a woman named Leandra Schaus, and she lives in Beattyville, Kentucky, and she is a staunch supporter of the president. Both elections, I've reported on her, and she said, "We care about you. Thank you for what you do every day." Okay, it is beyond politics for her.
God bless her.
But Governor, it's not representative of fully of the American people, because despite these continued attacks and divisiveness from the president, his numbers are going up. How do you explain it?
Well, first of all, there's a big chunk of the country that doesn't support him. So let's just kind of look at where things are. Inside the Republican Party, it's shrunken. And, look, things have also become very tribal. Here's what bothers me. We have a caravan coming north. We don't want all those people coming across our border. And there are ways to deal with it. I believe that if we would check those who are legitimately in need of asylum, could be vetted before they even get to the border. But you know what? We're born in America. You know how lucky we are to be born in America and not be born in Guatemala, where they would say to your daughter, if you don't do what we want, we will rape your daughter or we will kill your son if he's not a drug mule. Now, they're marching north. And you know what? It could easily have been all of us, that we're in the caravan, that we're marching north, trying to save our families and save our children. We've got to start putting ourselves in the shoes of other people. We've got to start thinking about the consequences that others suffer. And if we've been spared those by the grace of God, let us be appreciative. Let us count our blessings. and let us reach out to those who have less. And let's stop putting up walls around ourselves and not understanding the plight, the trouble, and the problems of others. It is not right, and the Lord doesn't want it, and our people at their hearts want to reach out to others. Look at what they do in these storms. They go and they rescue people they don't know. They put them in their homes. They feed them. That's America. Not all this garbage and this division and yelling and screaming and hatred on all sides.
Governor,
I guess I feel strongly about this, don't I? This stuff's been bubbling up in me for a long time.
Yeah.
Your passion is clear there. I'm going to ask you this directly. You're going to challenge President Trump in 2020?
You know, Jim, the answer to that is I don't have an idea what I'm going to do for this reason. Right now I have a voice, and it's by the grace of God I've earned the voice, and I don't want it to be diminished. I'll tell you something, one way or another, I'm not going to go away. Do I have to be in elected office or run as a politician to have a voice? I'm not convinced of that, but we'll see. All options are on the table. I don't know, but I know this. I'm going to rally the people as best I can in the community to bring out the best of them, to realize that when we solve our problems where we live, we don't care about party identification and philosophy. All we care about then is making a better life for our families and our children. That is what I will be dedicated to doing.
Governor John Kasich, really important words this morning. Thank you for spending some time with us on this, okay?
You're welcome.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for being with Jim and I yesterday, through it all, today. We'll see you back here tomorrow.